difficult opening assignment for Simon Easterby's Scarlets as the defending champions Leinster rolled into town. Scarlets welcomed the influential Rhys Priestland back into their starting 15, having missed the end of last season with an Achilles injury. The visitors gave competitive debuts to the experienced Jimmy Gopperth at number 10 and to winger Darragh Fanning. However, Leinster's British and Irish Lions contingent were rested for the game. The home side were quickly on the front foot, and as early as the 4th minute were ahead when the newly returned Steve Shingler was accurate with a penalty to record the first score of the Rabo Direct Pro 12 season. The Welshmen were looking much sharper in the early exchanges, and within a couple of minutes they'd extended their lead. Scott Williams made a super break, and only a very high tackle from Dave Kearney halted his progress. The yellow card was the inevitable result for the Leinster fullback for such an obvious misdemeanour. And Shingler exacted full retribution with another well-struck penalty to make it 6-0 for Scarlets. The 2003 champions were giving plenty for the Llanelli crowd to shout about and looking much more likely to penetrate, which is exactly what they did in the 13th minute. Captain Rob McCusker receiving the short pass from Shingler to dive over for the first try of the season. The TMO was called into action to confirm that the pass wasn't forward. The try was awarded, and it left Shingler with a simple tap over to make it 13 points to 0. Midway through the half, a nerve settler for Leinster. Academy graduate Martin Moore drove over for his first senior try in what looked a well-rehearsed move. Scarlets unable to cope with Leinster's heavies. Gopperth kicked an excellent conversion for his first points in the blue jersey to narrow the margin to 6 points, 13-7. Gopperth and Shingler notched another penalty each to leave it 16-10 at the break. Then Leinster caught Scarlets cold at the start of the second half. Brendan Mackin evaded some weak tackles from the home side's rear guard before offloading to Jordi Murphy, who still had plenty to do, but managed to drive over the line for try number 2 of the game for Leinster. And when Gopperth landed the conversion, the visitors were ahead for the first time in the game, 17-16. Gopperth added another penalty to make it 20-16 before substitute Darren Hudson fell foul of the ref for that challenge on Liam Williams in the air. Hudson had just come on for Luke Fitzgerald and he was making his way off for 10 minutes. Shingler and Gopperth then exchanged penalties to leave Leinster 23-19 ahead before the pivotal moment 12 minutes from time. A wonderful break involving Sean Cronin, Murphy and then Jack McGrath, who fed Hudson, who was back from the bin, and the substitute was over for the try. Gopperth landed a brilliant conversion to make it 30-19. And the Kiwi wasn't finished there. With the Scarlets' resistance broken, the out-half combined with big Devin Toner to start and finish a fine move for a try on his competitive debut 7 minutes from time. It also ensured a bonus point victory. He did miss the conversion, but Leinster were out of sight with a 35-19 lead. There was still time for the visitors to put further gloss on the scoreline right at the death when Dave Kearney got over at the end of a crossfield sweeping move for a 5th try for Leinster. And the man of the match, Gopperth, kicked another brilliant conversion to leave a final score of Scarlets 19, Leinster 42. The former Newcastle man contributing 22 points in total. The champions picking up where they left off last season with a winning start under Matt O'Connor. The final score at Parky Scarlets, Scarlets 19, Leinster 42.